Those of you who actually joined the focus session as well, didn't skip it, you know that I set myself up to use a couple minutes here for setting up YouTube. So let's just see if that happens. And seems like that works. Awesome. We're live on YouTube. So I'll send you the link here. Thanks. Yes. Perfect. So that's interesting. That's the first time for me ever tried that. And if you're live with me on YouTube, welcome very much. You will have to join the Ultimate Students group in order to join our live practice here. But you will be within the second practice then. Awesome. Okay. I'm going to switch back here to our Zoom meeting. So we want to talk all about vision. And so I'm going to share my screen here with you to just have a little bit to work on. And that will be, let's see, Google Chrome. That's fine with me. So right now you should see my Google Chrome. Actually, you should see a picture of me talking. And let's just go into the group here. Close that one off. So we have our meeting here. And as you know, we're going to talk about the vision and we're going to talk about our mindset. So let us bring this one up here. So what you see here is how our minds are actually built, how it works, and why it's important to contact our vision first. So what you want to do in order to get a clear vision is you want to do the practices that we mentioned before. So we want to access our vision here. And there are some practices to do so, because right now your mindset might be that you can't see it. So let's just see if training is here. There we go. This is basically the training you want to do in order to get into your vision. You want to first empty your mind, and you do that through a meditation. Meditation as in, as you can see here, let's just, you want to focus on your breath to clear your mind. And if there's a lot of uncomfortable feeling in your body, you want to go with a 9 times of The reason why we want to do this is because you want to reset the energy in your body. And if you haven't seen it yet, in the last video, I explained that our body and our 3 brains work in a specific way. So we want to clear our energy in the body, in all the emotions that our mammal brain has. We want to clear the energy so we are fresh, open to explore and use our imagination. So to tap into your vision, you would like to ask yourself, what will be the most exciting thing for you to experience? What would be the most exciting thing for you to create for yourself? And as you ask yourself that question, you want to see and imagine a scenario that could be super interesting for you. You want to see yourself, how you want to feel, who do you want to be, what do you want to do? Got to ask yourself these questions. How do you want to feel? And the way we connect with our vision is when we start to imagine a future, another version of our life. When you imagine a version that you really enjoy, something that excites you, something that feels great, something you enjoy imagining, then you're getting closer to your vision. You're getting closer to what it is you're here to create, what it is you're here to bring. So I want you to establish that vision. So if you're following along right now, take a piece of paper, pen and paper, and start to imagine your vision. Let's connect with it. Oh, so you're on my desktop, okay. So I have a little photo here I want to share, just a second. Just keep visualizing, connect with that vision of yours. I want to take this one here. Let's see how that works. So what you should see right now is just some folders, and I want to connect with our vision here. So let's just find that one. Here we go. So you see the painting here, and let's draw a little bit on it so you understand what's going on. Here's my drawing tool. Awesome. So right now what you're doing is you're connecting with your vision. That's what's going up here in the drawing, okay? As you connect with that, what happens is you're going to download, that's what these shows you, you're downloading information into your body, into your mind, of action that needs to be taken, how you want to feel. You're downloading all this information. So the more you connect with your vision, the more you're downloading that vision of that state of being, that which you want to create. You're accessing the blueprint of bringing that creation into life. So that vision can be anything from what kind of career you want. It can be a relationship you want to create. It can be an entire lifestyle you want to create. So you want to visualize that first, connect with that vision, and just as anything else, you want to see it as if you already have it. So we're right here connecting with our vision, spending time up here, not taking action yet. We want to get clarity on what it is we want to create. Stop working hard before you actually know what it is you want to create. Most important thing with the vision, most important way to use your mind productively is you want to first have that vision. That's also what you see over here. Let's draw again here. This one down here, that's the, wait a second, why is it not drawing for me? There we go. Here. Oh, can you see that? It doesn't want to draw for me over here, just a second. Technical challenges. How can I want to draw here for you guys. Well, if you can see down here the image of these triangles, that's your new vision you want to start with. That's day one, also called day one, yeah? So that's what you see over here. So you want to connect with that. And as we connect with it, as you see here, then what happens is you're downloading information into what action needs to be taken and how you can bring that vision into fruition. Now, you don't have to be exact, okay? You don't have to be exact on what you need to do. That's not important yet. Just imagine, connect with that vision, start feeling it. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we want to go, hey everyone, we want to go back to our pictures here on Facebook. So so let's say you connected with that. We got this one here. Perfect. We know what it is we want to create. You know what kind of relationship you want. You know how it's going to feel like to have it. You know who you are in that relationship. You know what you're going to bring to it. You know what values are there. You got to ask yourself these questions and drag as much as possible specifically out of that vision of what it is you want to create. If it's your career, what are you doing? Who are you helping? How are you helping them? Ask yourself these things, and you have to visualize it so you can see it. So let's say you have your vision clear, most important thing. Now we want to develop the right mindset. And what is a mindset? Well, a mindset is actually a way of looking at life, a way of behaviors, a way, attitude towards daily challenges or just any day that you wake up to. So we want to develop our mindset next. And Mindset is about as I said before, what kind of attitude do you want? But also mindset means that you are focused in on the creation you're about to make. You're focused in on committing yourself 100% to who you want to be, to take action, and let nothing in this world disturb that. That's a mindset. That's where you have made a decision, a commitment. Anything else than that is still connecting with your vision. You haven't gotten clarity on your vision yet. So the mindset I have as a teacher, as a ultimate student teacher, is, for example, to always see my student as a creator. Regardless of what he's saying, I know my student to be a creator. I know he's creating this moment right here and right now. I know he's also creating his past when he speaks of his past. And I also know he's maybe whatever it is, he's unconscious of some of the things that he's creating. I'm also aware of that, otherwise he wouldn't need any teachings. So my mindset is already spot on in how I want to see my students. My mindset is also spot on when it is that I decide for what it is I want to create. Let's say I want to create a course. Then I use the method of visualizing the course, see I already have the course, and I know that course will come into being no matter what. That's my mindset. No one is going to talk me out of it. Now, a mindset always works from the qualities that you and I can bring to the world. It's what we can use our mind for. So my mindset is also, I love to have a focused discipline. I like to work directly. I like to work passionately. So that's my mindset. I have a positive attitude. I have an auspicious attitude. And my mindset is also that I speak my creation, I act my creation, and my mindset is to download my version of myself that I want to be in the future and be that version here and now. So as an ultimate student, you want to develop your mind, download who you are in your vision, and put that into your mindset. So the questions we ask ourselves are, for example, how do you spend your day? When people ask you, who are you or what is it that you do, what are you answering them? How do you handle fears? How do you handle challenges? How do you speak? How do you feel on a daily basis? How do you sit? All these things you want to write down for yourself. So that's the mindset. You want to tune into the mind, how you want to use it, how you spend your time, what has value, what doesn't have value. What kind of habits do you have? What things do you enjoy to do? The more specific you can be, the easier it is for you to develop that mindset. That is connecting with your mindset. The way in the Ultimate Students, in the way in the course, is that we take a participant, a student, and they lay down, they completely relax, guide them into a relaxed state of mind. And we do a practice of forgiveness. So if you were joined here before, you remember our practice of forgiveness to enter our creative state of mind. You want to let go of the past. To create a new mindset, we need to let go of the past. We need to let go of our victimhood. We need to let go of anything that's not empowering us to take action here and now. That comes through relaxation, embrace of what is here now, acceptance of whatever has happened has happened. And then we tap into what kind of habits do we have? We ask ourselves these questions. What kind of thoughts do we have? What kind of feelings do we have? What kind of books are we reading? What kind of music do we enjoy? What kind of friends do we have? How is our environment? How is our work ethic? What is important for us in our relationship? How are our daily habits with sleep, with eating, our health, exercise? So you want to be as specific as possible with your mindset so you can start practicing these habits for yourself. Because by practicing these habits, the vision that you have will start to emerge. The vision will start to manifest in front of your eyes. So that's why it's important with mindset. If we do not do our mindset, we might do action that is not beneficial for us. If you haven't seen what action, what habits, what kind of thinking is important for you, you might go around struggling with the negative thoughts. Let's just have a look at those. So you're looking at the screen here. Let's just have the negative thoughts. There we go. So let's say you did not develop your own mindset, right? You skip that part. Now, when you start with your vision, you start to explore, how can I create that? Well, you might even just in that question stop doing, because usually the logical mind will come up, well, you never created before. How do you know? You have to ask someone who's done it before. Maybe no one has done it before. How can you even do it? And so you have no mindset, you have no positive attitude, you haven't set yourself up for auspiciousness or success. So you will let your thoughts dictate, you will let your doubt, which is habitual, probably from the past, stop you in your path. But instead, we're going to create a mindset on how to stop the negative thoughts and how to turn them around to be empowering for ourselves. Right? That's a mindset. It's a decision to actually do that with the thoughts. So we have a mindset that we can change our brain waves so we can access new ideas, new thoughts that will benefit our vision. Yes, we decide for doing that. That's a habit, right? Habit number 1. Meditation. Habit number 2. When negative thoughts comes up, say not true, right? You're discerning what has no value for you, and you start putting attention on what has value. That's another thing, a mindset of I'm completely focused on the new that I want to create, and I let go of the old. Next mindset, habit. Visualize the image, the thought. No, visualize that which you want to create and connect with that. This one down here is actually a visualize of the image and the thought until it disappears. That's still with the negative, right? That's a negative thought. You can just allow that picture to be, let it go. You can also just switch channels right away, focus on something that will benefit you. So that's what it says here, right? I just want to go directly over here. To visualize positive situations instead. You will meet the right people to help you out if that's what needed. You will have a homepage that will support you. Okay. Another mindset is change your pattern of negative thinking by adding a new routine to your thought process, daily reflection, affirmation, or meditation. So again, this is still a mindset training. Affirmations, here it's just saying to yourself over and over again, I am, and what it is you want to be. Because what we repeat for ourselves becomes manifest. Why? Well, you're communicating it to the universe, you're communicating it to yourself, you're reminding yourself and connecting with that vision over and over again every time you say it. Unless you say it and don't believe it. If you say it and not believing it, what happens there is you're creating the doubt, you're creating a negativity, and you will not see your manifestation. Of course, there are some details to this. If you have any question about it, please leave them in a comment below, and I will address these comments the best as possible. But of course, practice makes perfect. We need to practice it in order to understand it, because our minds right now will always bring that block up that has come up, the block that stops us from actually using that kind of method in the first place. And that block will not go away before you start practicing. Okay. How to stop the negative thoughts. We got to decide about that. How are you going to handle fear? How do you see a future version of yourself handling fear or rejection? If it's about creating a new career, how do you see your future self handling rejections? What kind of mindset does he or she have? Write it down. And if you're interested in actually having an intuitive engineering session, which is actually about developing your mindset, there'll be a link for you to actually book a session for that. Okay, let's look at the next thing. So what happens when we have beautiful picture? So right now in our session here, we have connected with our vision, written it down what it is we want to create. We have started to developing our mindset, how we handle certain situation, how we act, how we speak. Now is the time for action. Now is the time for action, not before, okay? Doesn't help you to take action if you don't know what you're creating. You have no clue how your actions are going to benefit you if you don't know what you're creating, right? If you have no vision, so imagine this. You're in your car, right? The creator's seat is like sitting in a car, and this car can take you anywhere in the universe, okay? That's the creator's seat. That's what we see right here. The creator's seat is you can go anywhere in the universe. You can have any experience that you desire. So that's our cross. That's where we always start. Let's say you don't decide where you want to go, but instead you just decide where you don't want to go. That means, oh, I don't want any debt in my life. And now you start to take action, you start to work hard, you start doing something that you believe will create you money. But in fact, actually what you're doing is you're running away from where you don't want to go. But that's not how the universe works. In your mind, you're keeping the idea of not being in debt or what you don't want. If you keep in mind what you do not want, that's what you're creating. That's your vision. That's your action. If you sit in a car and you just say, oh, I don't want to go to that place, you're not going to get that very far away from that place until you decide where you want to go. Because you always have that place in mind. So even though you might have, let's say you start in Las Vegas and you're driving away from Vegas, right? You just go driving and driving and driving. But the only thing you have in mind is that you want to go away from Vegas. So even though you reach new towns, look around, but you still have in mind, you still have to go away from Vegas. So you're still experiencing that Vegas idea, that mindset. So that's a fear, that's a flight and fight mode. That does not work. You have to connect with where you want to go. Then your mind and your intuition can start guiding you what needs to happen in order for you to go there. And then you can take action. And how do we take action? Well, whatever you decided of habits that you want to do on a daily basis, let's say you want the habit of meditation, clearing your mind. You want the habit of connecting with your vision, so you do that. You have the habit of writing down things you want to create, and you want to take action on those things you want to create. Well, split everything down into smaller sections and start working with it. That's it. That's the action you take. And follow your inspiration. When you're inspired to do something and it feels in the similar energy as your vision, then you're taking the right action. And always listen to the inner guide, the inner mindset, the inner wisdom that's telling you if you're going in the right direction or not. Take a pause if you're not. Connect with your vision again. Because that's also an action that needs to be taken. We need to look at the GPS in our car again and again to see that we are actually also taking the right action. So that's it. The next thing is the creation here. So as we start to take action, suddenly our environment starts to change. And the creation starts to change. That's just an observation. It's good to confirm that with yourself. Okay, I've been working for this. It can be day by day basis. It could be the vision is to feel good in my body here and now. So I'll visualize that. The mindset is I'm focused on my feeling in my body, and I know that everything in my body starts to change. I can move my body a little bit around and bring energy to where energy is needed. That's the action that I take. And the creation that I then start to experience is I feel better, deeper breathing. So that's a quick vision and creation. Then I reflect. So I touch base with how am I feeling now? Was that better than before? And is it in alignment with my vision? If that works, then of course you don't have to connect with the vision again. You can always take that action one more time and experience that creation again. Okay. Let's jump into the see it, feel it, and be it method. So let's have a look here. Actually, we already touched upon it, but it's a quick method to really create more of what it is you want. So the see it, feel it, and be it method is actually a state of hyperfocus. So the understanding of see it, feel it, and be it is, what is it you want to create? You see it, you see yourself in that creation. Let's say you want to see yourself in a new relationship. So imagine that. Feel that creation and simply be that creation. How did that really work? Doesn't make sense, right? Because when you open the body's eyes again, you're like, but I'm still here. Well, actually, in the moment you say you're still here, you have said no thank you to what you imagined and instead accepted with what you see with the body's eyes. That's not how life works. Life works as what you imagine, how you feel. If you feel you already have that relationship, somehow everything, when you choose to be one, having that beautiful relationship, somehow your mindset will work into noticing the people that you want to create that kind of relationship with. If it's a girl, if it's a guy, when you walk around just daily life, you will start to take the connected from my own presentation here. Awesome, back at it again. So hey everyone again, sorry about that. We've got some technical difficulties in this live session here, and that's all part of the show. let's get back to the see it, feel it, and be it method. So I wanted to share with you here this mental health chart. That will be a great way of looking at it. Sharing is paused. Resume share. There we go. So we were talking about the see it, feel it, and be it method. So the see it, feel it, be it method is working in this way. So we're out of our fearful experience. That's done because we did our forgiveness and meditation session. We are no longer in a overthinking fight or flight mode. We are simply in our creative mode down here. Look here. Yes, creative mode as a creative force. So what we do is we imagine, so we are aware that we are now creative mode, and then we imagine going up here what it is we want to create. That creation has what we call a feeling to it, an energy, a frequency. And you want to connect with that frequency. In the instant that you feel it, you become aware of that frequency, that energy, what happens is you are that creation. You are already that creation. So in order for see it, feel it, and be it, the method to work for you, you have to see yourself as a creator, not a body, not the circumstances, not what you can see with the eyes of the body, but only what you hold in mind. This here, this triangle, is what we want to hold in mind, okay? So when you're creating consciously, usually it's about joy, it's about peace, it's about love, it's about something that feels great, something that excites you, blissful, happy, relaxed. Can also be intense. There's no fight with it because you know that you're creating it. Whenever it is we get a fearful experience, what happens there, and you know it, you get into a fear and you start miscreating, okay? So a typical thing, a day 2 experience as it's called, is you see that let's have a simple example, that you see that you have a new Tesla. Yes, I see myself with a Tesla, great. And you feel how it is to drive in that Tesla. Feels good, feels awesome. Now be one that drives. How do you do that? You know you are one with a Tesla. And the action that you take afterwards is you ask yourself, what is it that I'm doing? What do I see? What kind of lifestyle do I have as I have a Tesla? And that's a future self. So you just reverse engineer it. You just go back and you're like, how did I get the Tesla? What things am I doing and did do in order to have that Tesla into my being? In order to see that, you got to stay in the frequency. You got to stay in that creation. You got to stay in the frequency, the energy, and you will actually start to take action spontaneously for what it is you want to have more of. The Tesla, you got to meet the right people at the right time, and that Tesla will start to come closer and closer into your experience. Now, let's talk again about what is the mistake most people are doing. That is, they start to take action, they're excited, and then suddenly have the Tesla, it's not here right now, I don't have it. Right away, boom, they will start to create more of the experience of not having that Tesla. In the instant that you say to yourself, you don't have the Tesla, you delete it. You're no longer in that energy. Universe no longer here that's what you're about to create. So that's why it's so important as we create our mindset. So let's have a look here. Let's go back to the main thing, which this is all about. Here we go. I want to share this one with you. Yay, that's the YouTube. Okay, here we go. This is what really requires training. Here we go. So, vision. I got a Tesla, right? First the creator's seat, calm, whatever it is that excites you, not running from everything, just what you want to create. Most exciting thing. Boom, vision. Got a Tesla. Yes. Connect with myself. See myself. What kind of habits do I have when I have a Tesla? I'm driving it around. That feels good. What kind of people am I talking to? What things am I doing? That feels good. What kind of work? How do I pay it? So on, so on. See as much as possible. And when you connect with that mindset, you start to take action when you feel like that in the present moment. And no, you will not be able to know that right now. You'll have to take the practices and do them and connect with your vision, your mindset, do all the practices discussed here in this show here. And then you will start to know how to take action. There's more on that because it's a little bit more to it. Then your creation starts to come in place. You will start to notice more Teslas in your environment. You will start to notice more people having a Tesla. You'll start to notice where to even buy a Tesla, what it takes, how much it costs. You'll even start to find out ways that you might be able to win it, or whatever it is, the creation you saw for yourself. That's what you're going to attract. But you got to feel inside that you already have it. Wake up in the morning enjoying. So here's the reflection. How many times a day did you feel like you were in the right mindset? That's one reflection, right? How many times a day am I in the right mindset? When did I take action, inspired, and in the same energy as when I have a Tesla? Or that relationship you want to create. So you want to reflect back on that. You want to become more conscious of the behavior that you do, your thinking, your actions, and your vibration, the frequency. As you saw with the image before, the frequency is very important, how to connect with what it is you want to create more of. And whenever you see some action that did not fit, okay, reset, go back, connect with your vision, your mindset, and take more appropriate action. And you want to start slow. You want to start with a little bit at a time. Okay, so let's just have a little talk about the see it, feel it, and be it again, just to recap. Stop share. There we go. So right now, have a deep breath. This version you are right now, you created by the same methods that I was just explaining. Okay. Now we want to jump into a new version of ourselves, a version that, whatever vision you imagine for yourself, see it, see who you want to be, running a Tesla, feeling confident, for example, feeling joyful, excited. How do you look at life? What do you pay attention to? What don't you pay attention to? And how you feel inside, that's so important. Because what you're doing there with the see it, you're connecting with that new version, that future self, that in a sense is a version of yourself that already exists. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to imagine it. But it's also in your logical way of experiencing life, it's also a future self, right? Because it's not here and you can't see it in the past. So it's a future self. Connect with that version of yourself. See it, see him, see her, feel it. And by being it, I mean you are like that from now on. You are this person. You are that being. You are that which you imagined. So this will have to be tried out. You have to start maybe manifesting a Tesla. It's too big a step for you. So we're going to work with smaller things to manifest so you can get a hang of it. But in fact, there is no more difficult or smaller things to manifest. There's not big miracles or small miracles. It's just miracles. It's just creation. So, but we're going to practice so you get familiar with the habit, so you can get good at it, so you can start to have that Tesla or that job or that relationship that you really desire. Let's use the see it and feel it and be it for more easier. How do you want to see yourself right now? How do you want to feel? See that version of yourself. Just how you want to feel right now. Who do you want to be right now? How confident? How satisfied or accepting of yourself do you want to be? See that. See that version of yourself. Visualize it. Do you notice that you start to feel different? You start to behave a little bit more different. I noticed my voice started to speak more slowly, more deep. And that is the way I am this new version. I'm being it. I act in that frequency. I act in that energy. So right now I just changed my state of being into a new version of myself, a very conscious version of myself, deliberately chosen. The more often you can do that, regardless of what's going on, the faster you'll manifest that relationship you want, more joy in your life, the career. Cool. So that's about it, what I have for you now. We have covered what is a vision. We have covered what is a mindset. Let's just have it here. What is a vision? That's what we got here. We covered that. We covered what is the mindset, the habits, the emotions that we feel on a daily basis. And we covered how to start to take action, inspired, what feels good if we take action that feels like it's a little bit out of alignment. Notice that, change, maybe sit still. If you don't know what to do, meditate. Always do the habits that you have created for yourself in the mindset. And yes, it helps to have a mind trainer to develop that mindset for you. That's what mind trainers are for. Or you can go to school for 5 years if you want to be an engineer, for example. That also creates that mindset, those habits, that way of thinking, learning how to make a report, and so on. If you want to be, for example, a chemistry engineer, you got to work in the lab, get all that going. You can do it a lot faster, actually, with just connecting with your vision instead, because that's the vision you're going to create right away. So we covered that, covered the mindset, how to set it up, the habits, feeling, how to approach fear and such. Then we can start to take action. And when we start to take action, that's when the creation starts to come into your manifestation. You will be able to see it with the body's eyes, right? Vision. Let's take Arnold Schwarzenegger just to make this as clear as possible. He had a vision of himself being the champion of bodybuilding, right? He wanted to be Mr. Universe. So that's his vision. Boom, clear, he knows it. The mindset, okay, I gotta train hard. I gotta push my body. I gotta build my muscles. I gotta have a winning mindset. You know, I have to spend time. I have to develop my ways of doing this and develop my ways of doing that. His mindset was that he would just do what it takes in order to be and create that vision. That's simply it. That was his attitude. He's going to love it. He would love it because he knew every rep that he makes, every time he went to the gym, he's getting closer to his vision. So then he can take action. So he's taking action and he will start to see his body develop, right? So as he takes action, he repeats this process over and over again. And then, of course, sometimes he looks in the mirror and he sees, what have I created? Oh, this is correct. This is correct. And then suddenly, if he sees something that's not correct, He connects with his vision again. What is it that I really wanted to create? Okay, let's check my mindset again. I can see here I'm skipping. I'm not really allowing myself to rest enough, for example, or I'm pushing myself and not enough, or maybe I'm eating the wrong thing so my body won't do it. So he will make the change in the mindset. He will then again take action appropriately according to the mindset, and he will start to see the change in his creation. And so we move on again to reflect, to see if anything else has to be changed. That is the most important thing you can do for yourself at this point of time as the ultimate student being one that is aware of how to bring a vision into your daily life. Okay, if you have any questions for this, please leave them in the comments below. I'm going to check them out. I'm going to be available here in the course online. So if you're part of the group, then I'll see you here. If you're not part of the group, then you can join it here on, I don't know if you can actually see the chat here. I'll give it in the comments below as well, the link to the group. It's a free beta course right now, so that's why we're doing it the way we're doing it. Okay. Cool. Remember, practice makes perfect. So if you want to have access to clear-cut practices, take a look at the Ultimate Students course. Get in contact with me and we'll set you up for it. Okay, take care, everyone. Thanks for being here on this live session, and I'll see you in the next video.